Welcome to another episode, everyone. Watch Crip member Bobby Ye goes absolutely ballistic on the Surenos. He says that he's about to play a video. He says that there has been a lot of racism on the internet with the Surenos as it relates to black people, and that he is sick of it. He is calling it out, calling it the Surenos out, and calling black people out to stand up and do something about it. He says that he's not trying to fan the flames in California, but nevertheless, he needs to get the message out that whatever he just saw in this video, he's had enough of. But let's get into it and see exactly what Bobby Ye from PJ Watch Crip has to say about the situation.
More racism from Mexican gang members in Los Angeles towards blacks. I'm like, a lot of these Hispanics that take on this position of being anti-black and like to call blacks ditos, mayates, and all these derogatory things that they call our people. A lot of y'all is cowards. Word is bond. Right hand of God. A lot of you Surenos who say that you're racist, you's a coward. You's a mark. You's a certified BITCH. I'm serious. See, a lot of these Surenos, not all of them, but the majority of them, especially the ones that say that they hate blacks and they use disparaging, disrespectful words and terms to disrespect blacks, you're a coward. You hide behind having the numbers in your favor. So how you dropping your nuts and getting gangster? Because if 9 times out of 10, if you call one of them out or you sock them dead in their motherfucking mouth, they don't want no problems. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, the majority of them is suckers on Stebo. When they by themselves, when they ain't got the numbers, they suckers. And then when they group up and got the numbers in their favor, then they want to politic, race tripping, all this shit. You's a coward. You's a sucker. Because when it's us, when we feeling confrontational and we feel like we gonna bring it. We don't gotta go get 50 other blacks, 100 other blacks in order to push an issue. If it's an issue that's gonna be pressed, we gonna press play right here, right now.
Press the button, though. Press play, though. Okay, so I don't know. Bobby Ye, again, this is Bobby Ye. His YouTube channel is called Imperial Vision. In fact, there it is right there. Here it is right here. Bobby Ye, Imperial Vision CEO. Well, I don't think that's the whole channel. His channel is Imperial Vision, I think. But check that out, Bobby Ye, Imperial Vision CEO. That might be it. Imperial Vision. Again, individual from PJ Watch Crip. And he speaks on a lot of issues, as it relates to the black community, and has maybe went back and forth with the Hispanic community before. I don't want to put words in his mouth or generate some beefs that were not there, but I believe he had an issue with the one individual, the older Hispanic dude. Some time back, they made a video or two. I remember the Hispanic dude making a video on Bobby Ye about some of the things that he had said. Okay, so nevertheless, as we can hear, he's right here. He starts off taking the gloves off immediately, saying that these individuals are cowards, the racist ones anyway, and that they always want to go get a lot of help, et cetera, and that he's sick of these individuals being racist, but, he's not done. So go check out his channel, though.
LA, what's up, cuz? I'm not trying to incite anything. For anybody, oh man, you see Bobby Ye, man, he trying to fan the flames of. Just said if a mother was trying to fan some flames, right? Where did the fire start at? It's time after time that these Hispanics come on here on the internet and blatantly disrespect blacks. And then when you change scenes, just say if it was a movie, you got the part where the Hispanic like, "Son, dog, hey, my."
Yeah, well, one thing's for sure, they are not the only ones. They are not the only ones. There have been some Hispanics certainly on the internet doing this, and of course the Hispanics are going to respond and make videos, probably even now more so that I'm playing it, and they're going to say that blacks have been on the internet doing the same thing, or are going to point out some verbiage from blacks or some situations. I remember something happened with a vendor on the street or what have you. And one of the blacks going to call out your own people and call your stuff out instead of being on here calling us out, etc. You can expect that to come. Not to say that it's an illegitimate argument, but I'm just saying it will be forthcoming. Nevertheless, I'm not sure exactly which video he's about to play, but he alludes to a video that he has. I suppose this video is what set him off to where he's saying everything that he's saying before he plays the video. I didn't get that far into it. I just heard some of this stuff and said, okay, well, let me disseminate this message, but I'm not sure exactly how far he's going to go. He's starting off pretty strong, but as I said, as we know, there are different races of individuals of different ethnicities that have been on the internet and have been caught red-handed, have went viral for disparaging black people. And they make a GoFundMe and become millionaires from the GoFundMe because it is popular to disparage the most hated group in the world and the most copied, the most usurped, the most emulated at the same time. It's sickening sometimes, the stuff that goes on in this country. I'm not going to get into that just yet too much. Stay on the lookout for my new channel on the horizon. It's coming, where I'm going to have nothing but these conversations. There will be no conversations about 4X and Crip Mac. None of that stuff. None of that, not ever. It's going to be something totally different. Check this out. Watch this. We're going to get to the bottom of this stuff. We're going to expose it. We're going to get the people on track. We need everyone to come together and stand up. Our people, we need to unite badly. We are up against it. There are many individuals. We see all of the Asian hate. Hell, I've covered videos here on the Inside Story with me, Damian Porter. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. And again, go check out Bobby Ye's channel, Imperial Vision. And where the Indians were admitting to a culture of racism. They were taught from birth, essentially, to despise black people. And every ethnicity essentially has come forward with some of the same assertions. So we are despised everywhere, and that's just a fact. But they're going to say that I'm just crying and playing a victim because they skirt accountability here in this country at all cost. This is why, boy, just wait. Until I start this channel. Damn, this channel right here, all this gang stuff and all this nonsense, it's a wrap. Watch when I start this other channel. I don't care if I get 10 people over there watching it. I'm going to be talking to them 10 people every day about some cold facts. I want to break so much stuff down right now, but I'm going to let Bobby A continue. I'm going to let, this is his video. I don't want to overpower it. I can probably do that, with a lot of people's content. I can overpower it, probably, with my personality. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to do that here with my guy, Bobby. Look, Bobby's, as we can see, he's passionate, he's strong, he carries himself, he carries his own channel, for sure.
This dog, we don't like blackers around here, homie. Get up out of the video, homie. All this and all that, right? And they calling black folks a million N-words. And then when you go to, in other news, and you go to South Central, Watts, Compton, Long Beach, where blacks still have a decent amount of numbers, you see us attacking each other. You see the Inglewood families just attack a little brother from 60. Then the 60s go back looking for the Inglewood families, and they beat the out of ATM Richie, a.k.a. EBT Archie. They beat on him. Then you got some young cats from Rolling 90 neighborhood that's going to the Pueblos looking for some candles to kick over. Why these Hispanics, why these racist Hispanics is sitting back saying F-N words. that revolutionary spirit, that gangster spirit that you got, man, like Tupac say, is misplaced hatred. Just say I'm about to squabble up with a dude from what we call the enemigo sets. And you got a Hispanic over here that's saying, oh man, blacks. Homie, I'm black. Wait, pause, hold on. We can get into this internal gangster later. I'm black. You see me being black? Yeah, I see you black, my nigga. Yeah, you black. You black too, right? Yeah, I'm black. Oh, well, we got to stop this because we got a common enemy. What's up with you, cuz? But we are so conditioned and programmed to hate one another that when these Hispanics is dropping they nuts and they saying, we don't like blacks. We don't want you in our community. Get the fuck up out of here. We ignore that, man. That like, man, ain't no more ignoring that shit, man. And we wonder why cats look at LA and say, man, LA cats is this, that, and third. I did a video on a dude down south. Now more people are starting to do videos on it. They come over here, they see my content, they go over, they run the same content, but they got the concept for me. It's all good. You got a dude down south out there in Texas saying that the blacks who are on the West Coast, the blacks who are in Los Angeles, so on and so forth, he specifically was talking about Los Angeles, but the whole West Coast, but specifically Los Angeles, that their ancestors, that their great-grandparents and all that migrated there because they was on a run from the Klan. So you run, allegedly, just going off his narrative, you get chased out of the South by the Klan. You're afraid of the Klan just to come out here and be severely disrespected by the Hispanics. That make the narrative look true. Man, listen, I'm going to say this and I'm going to play this video. Man, I put that on my deceased son, cuz. And I don't do this often. Brothers and sisters, man, on my son, cuz. Can't nobody fuck with us when we together, man. Can't nobody fuck with us. They can't fuck with us. The only thing that can fuck with is us. It's us, cuz. We killing each other, my nigga. We doing this shit to each other. When we come together, motherfuckers is they gonna submit. They gonna get their motherfucking mind right. Can't none fuck with us, cuz. Nigga, I challenge you niggas to come together, my nigga. PJs, Gray Streets, Bunny Hunters, 6-0s in the neighborhoods, 8 trays in the gangsters, cuz. The Compton Crips, the Bompton Power Rules. Nigga, it's time to come together. Nigga, we out here losing. And motherfuckers think we all pussies, we all marks, we all chumps. Man, it ain't no chumps in our blood, dog. You niggas ain't tired. When y'all hear these motherfuckers disrespect us as if we are animals and unfit to live, when we hear them disrespect us in the same fashion that the people that they're subserving you to disrespect us, the way they disrespected our ancestors, you can see the replication in them. These motherfuckers don't know if they want to be aligned with the white supremacists and be white supremacists, or if they want to jock our style and be black. You motherfuckers is confused. But I'm going to tell you something about confusion. Today, brothers and sisters, we got to stop this shit. This Crip and Crip, this Crip on Crip, this Crip on blood shit, all that shit is stupid, cuz. We can't win. These motherfuckers disrespect us, and on my mama, cuz, if you took 10 random blacks and you took 10 random dim, I guarantee you 60% of the fades are going our favor, and that's on my motherfucking mama, nigga. That's on my baby. That's on my son. I'm tired. You niggas should be just as tired as I am. These motherfucking racist ass Surenos coming on here disrespecting our ancestors, disrespecting our skin, disrespecting any and everything about us that they can disrespect. You niggas ain't tired, cuz. We can't be that motherfucking stupid to what we say, oh no, we just want to beef with each other. We don't care about them unaliving us, catching us slipping. Cuz y'all ain't tired. Y'all niggas don't feel no way. When they did that shit in them East LA projects and Boyle Heights projects, whatever the projects they was at, when they were cocktailing single mother homes and all this type of shit, running people out their projects because of the color of their skin. But then they go press the nigga Jap 5 about motherfuckers robbing ice cream corn mans and all this type of shit, and then these motherfuckers bring them to their hood part and have a kumbaya yard, but yet they still persecute, they still victimizing and targeting black folks in East Los Angeles, in Boyle Heights, in Azusa, In motherfucker, all these, majority of these SGV cities and whatnot, they racist as a motherfucker, cuz. So I'm frustrated, my people, because I ain't never seen this level of ignorance, cuz. I never seen this level of stupidity to where your enemy can tell you, I don't like you. Fuck y'all. And y'all say, oh no, we ain't tripping off them, cuz. I'ma just go across the tracks and just kill or get at a person that look like me. Is y'all scared? I gotta realistically ask, cuz, hype this video up. I want to ask all the gangsters. I want to ask all the neighborhoods. I want to ask all the members from the hub and the dub. I want to ask all the Damoons, nigga, is y'all scared? Is y'all scared to stand up and be proud black men, defenders of our women, and mentors to our kids? Nigga, what the fuck is we scared of? And we done been in these institutions when the numbers was against us, cuz, and we still persevered. We still came out victorious. What the fuck is we scared of? Let me just get into this video, cuz. I'm passionate about my people. It ain't a nigga on YouTube that love y'all as much as I do, cuz. And some of us is tired of this bullshit. Nigga, fuck this gang shit. They just tried to give Rich Rabbit a hard time for saying fuck the gang shit, but it's fuck this gang shit, especially as it pertains to us as a people. Black people, we can't move forward with this gang mentality. The gang bang lifestyle, my nigga, is something that's choking the life up out of our communities and out of our people. Nigga, fuck the gang shit. It's over with, cuz. It's done. That shit is over with. Everybody else is advancing. Everybody else is moving forward but us. The biggest impediment is the gang shit. We don't need the gang shit no more. We need more proud black men, cuz when you want that code and that frequency of being a proud black man, a motherfucker ain't got to tell you to stand up for your people. A motherfucker ain't got to tell you to look out for.
Yeah, so as we can see, he's rather upset about a few things. He's about to get to the video, I'm assuming. Let me see. Well, it's coming up soon. Okay, that's not the video. Because there's a video, as I said, or maybe I didn't say it yet. Maybe I was about to and got sidetracked or something a little while ago. I don't remember if I actually said it or not. But there's a video of, I seen it somewhere on Instagram or something a couple of days ago or so, where a black man had walked up and was speaking to a Hispanic, and the Hispanic spit on him or something. There was a gate between them, and they were talking about it in the comments and talking about the video. And he had said some disparaging stuff, I believe, the Hispanic, when he spit on the brother couldn't do anything, he couldn't get to him. They had a gate right there between them. He was behind the gate and this and that. People were talking about how much hatred they had for black people. So I was thinking that perhaps this is the video that he's about to play. I don't think that that's it though. This looks like something else. I don't even know what this video is, but apparently, again, there's a video that has upset him that he's seen on the internet. And so, he's saying everything that he's saying. Of course, the gang stuff is over. The gang banging has been done with. It's been cooked. It's been trashed for a very long time. It was really trashed from the beginning because it never did what it was intended to do, which was to protect the community. That is at least most people's intentions when the gangs originated. But instead, they've turned the turmoil inner and has destroyed the community. So, and now with everyone snitching and everything else, everyone being able to get away with everything, it's just foolish at this point. And with everything that we know about, hell, when I was growing up, people were saying it's only going to lead to two things, and that's death or prison. They've been saying this for decades now, and it holds true every time. It's rare that you will see anyone get out of the game successfully get out of the game unscathed. And successfully, I mean, financially. They were in the drug game or whatever, and they left the game, and they have millions of dollars, and they have businesses and everything else, and they're scot-free. They didn't get caught, and they have something to show for it. No, they've been shot, they've been beat, they got killed, they're in prison. no success stories. This story ends bad for everyone. So we have to stop it. And I played the video earlier with the armed black militia group coming together. And there's a reason for that. We are indeed under siege and under attack. And I take issue with many other groups, if not all, because I know that they despise me and despise my people, as I always say here. I catch flack for it all the time. I'm often called a racist. But, that's okay. I don't worry about that. Whenever people stand up and fight, for their people, that's what's going to happen. I understand that. And I don't shy away from criticism. I'm not perfect, but I know that my place comes from a genuine place, that the love that I have for my people is immense. And I'm not going to go too much into what Bobby Ye is saying here. This is his video. As I said, this is his take on things. This is how he feels. And I do agree with some of the things that he's saying, particularly as it relates to us and our people, that we have to come together. We have to gatekeep our community. We have to gatekeep our culture and our creativity, because we create things and other people take it and then try to take credit for it. Because we let them in too much. We invite too many people to the barbecue, people who do not have our best interests at heart. This includes other black people, the Charleston Whites of the world, these individuals who are sellouts. They do not need to be welcome in the black community whatsoever. I've already told you what I feel like should happen to these individuals, and it should happen to them in order for us to achieve our freedom. It's going to have to happen. They're going to have to be left behind in the worst way. And yes, there are racist Surenos. This is a fact, but there's racism, again, in every group. And there have been many wars, of course, in California and Los Angeles between black gangs and Sureno gangs. I've covered some of those wars here. And things die down. And then the riots in the county jail and all that, things die down, then they pick back up and start talking about black and brown unity. And some people saying there can never be unity because of the Ashley Gonzalez's of the world. And I would just encourage everyone to take pause and to understand that if you are a minority group in this country, you owe a debt of gratitude to black people. Asian people, you name it. It is the civil rights bill that has allowed you to migrate over here, set up businesses, and function. It is our toil, blood, sweat, and tears out there in the streets by ourselves. I didn't see anyone else out there getting bitten by those dogs and having a water hose put upon them, for the most part. But that bill, when black people stand up and fight for something, everyone else benefits from it. Understand this. And the racism that black people incur on a day-to-day basis is really despicable when you think about where it's coming from. When these other groups are racist towards black people, it's really inexplicable because they kowtow and are docile with the dominant group, the group that actually oppresses them and hates them. They bow down to. You do know that 79% of the hate crimes against Asians are from white people. 79%. This whole stop the Asian hate thing that came about in the bill was because white people were harassing them. The physical attacks, physical racist attacks that Asian people experience in this country, 86% is perpetrated by white people. But they hate black people. And what will have you believing with the media apparatus that it is black people who are violent and violent towards them. It's these people that are busting y'all heads open every chance they get. They hate you. But you don't have the wherewithal, the temerity, the gusto, the balls, the moxie, the chutzpah to hate them in return or to do anything about it. Instead, you pick what you believe to be an easy target, the most vulnerable in the country, the black man. And you express and impart your anger you project. From being hated by others, you project that onto us and hate us as if we are the problem. Because this is what you have been convinced of, because you have been indoctrinated with white supremacy. This is why they can beat you upside your head and you still aspire to be just like them. You want proximity to whiteness at the expense of your own people even. Black people are nothing more than the scapegoat, always have been in this country. Every time something goes wrong, they like to point their blood-soaked fingers at my people. Again, this is because we are an easy target. Black men understand this. As I've said before, if you want to get away with a murder, just kill a black man. And chances are you'll go home that night. Because though 43% of the murders in the country go unsolved, the number is inflated. It is increased as it relates to a black man's murder. And generally speaking, you have a 50% chance almost of getting away with a murder. You go out and kill somebody today, it's 50-50. This is what the statistics show. It's 50-50 that you make it home, that you don't get caught. We ain't talking about we're not talking about, going to trial and beating it or whatever. We just don't, you don't even get caught. You don't even get arrested. It's 50-50. But if you want to increase your chances of going home that night and still committing a murder, then just go kill a black man. And then you have about a 78% chance of never getting caught. These are the facts. Why is that? Because black lives do not matter in this country. Your life has never been a priority. If you lose your life, they're not going to devote all of these resources to solving it. They don't care. They're glad that it happened. You're like an animal to them. You truly are. This is truly what they believe of you. I don't know what part of this you people don't understand. I don't know what more they have to show you for you to get it. So when you die, they celebrate. Hell, we've seen police officers caught on in text messages, on video, and everything else celebrating black after they shot a black man in the back of the head and he's lying out there leaking, head open, dying or dead, and they're laughing and joking about it. Disregarding his humanity, because in their minds, he has none. He has no humanity. They literally do not see this individual as a human being. This is why they can sleep at night when they do what they do. You are less than cattle. You are less than an animal to them. This is what is embedded in them. So when you lose your life, they don't see it as a loss. When you get like Cyrus's mother, 14-year-old Cyrus, who was unalive, brutally killed by Rick Chow, how he's still around, I'll never understand. She got on the internet crying, saying that she was receiving all of these racist comments, saying that her son deserved to die, just another dead ninja, just another dead Igor. Oh, well, all of this stuff. Should have raised him better, shouldn't have been trying to steal water. And she's on there crying, saying, how can these people be so racist with a 14-year-old kid that just was shot in the back for nothing? How can they not see him as a human being? She doesn't understand it. She couldn't get it. But I've gotten it a long time ago. So whenever I see black people on the internet or on the news crying about something, it just bewilders me. When they say, how could they do this? How can they think this way about us? They just still don't freaking get it. Like my freaking goodness. Are you serious? You still don't understand what's going on here. Do some homework, man. You are not viewed as a human being. You are 3/5 of a human being per the Constitution. The Dred Scott decision. They have carried this with them throughout history. These are the descendants of the people who ate you, who skinned you and used your body and your skin for hats and belts and shoes. Just a fact. Your life has never mattered in this country. So when one of them takes your life, there's no fanfare about it. There's not an uproar. Who killed Biggie Small? Been 30 years. No one has been arrested for it. Even a black man who's rich and famous, his life doesn't matter. I can think of many of my friends who have been killed over the years, and how no one has ever been arrested for the crime. Ever. Because again, if you take out a black man, you have more of a chance of getting away with it. They are not going to devote any resources to solving this case because your life doesn't matter. They're going to celebrate. They're happy that you're gone. There's one less of you here. You made their job easier. Thank you. They're going to give you a medal, not handcuffs. Because we are the most vulnerable here in the nation. And so other people understand this as well. Other ethnicities understand this. The moment that they get off the boat and step foot in America's soil, they know how to get ahead is to keep the black man down. How to get ahead and try to gain favor and curry favor and proximity to white people is to exhibit a healthy disdain for black people. That you will be lauded for that, not criticized. You will be applauded, put on a pedestal, go viral if you disparage these individuals. They know that we are the least protected in the country. They, like the white supremacists, they use this to their advantage. And they blame us for everything, point the finger at us, take our lives, because they know that they will get away with it and that no one is going to create a hoopla about it because our lives do not matter in this country, not even to us. That's where it starts. They understand that we don't even respect one another. We don't even love one another. How can we respect and love a people who don't even respect and love themselves? They don't even like each other. They don't even like being around each other. Even they'll tell you that this person is ghetto and their people are ghetto and ratchet and their women are nothing and this, that. Even they'll tell you that. How you gonna get mad at us for feeling the same way that even you feel about your own people? This is what they feel. So the saga continues. They point the finger at us, even though we are the reasons that they are even in this country.
For the interests of your people, to protect black women and black children, to have the back and defend your black brother's honor, they ain't got to tell you that. You already know what the fuck the deal is. Because it's innately in us. It's in us. When we operate as black men instead of gangbangers and all this dumb shit, the gangs teach you to hate other blacks. But being a proactive black man teach you to love your brother, cuz. I'm about to play this video, man. Listen, cuz. We stand for something to fall for anything, cuz. I'd rather die for being a black man that love my people than to die a senseless death of being a motherfucking gangbanger. Nigga, that shit is pointless. Motherfucker walk up on you and knock your noodles out cause you from this side. Nigga, that's ignorance. Nigga, that's stupid shit. Now, me being a black man saying, black men, come on, let's rally together. Let's pool our resources. Let's increase our network to strengthen our net worth. Let's pool our resources. Let's be independent and self-sufficient. Let's lead this country to greatness. This country will never be great unless we lead it, or unless we are part of the governing body that makes the actual decisions that affect the people at the bottom. This country will never be great unless they allow us to be free and great. America is... Then they're going to say, you too revolutionary. You shouldn't brought that up. Let's just get into this fucking video, cuz. This is one of the videos right here.
So this person is mad at the...
They got a whole goddamn sidewalk blocked off. Ice, what are y'all doing? Ice ain't doing it.
So this person is mad that the Raza is selling food in LA. But what she doesn't know is that Raza...
Hey, God bless you, sister. On PJ, I love you. Continue to do what you do. I love you. Do your thing. I love you.
Really runs LA. She's mad because it's Raza that's selling the food, but if it was her own people, she would not really have a problem with it. She's saying that back then she misses the days when there was only one little food stand, not 25.
This is the prime example why we cannot let these motherfuckers set up on Crenshaw. You give them an inch, they take a mile. It used to just be one. Somebody need to sell some chicken right in front of Normandy and Manchester. Please, somebody go sell some fried chicken right in front of Normandy. See, y'all thought this was just for the World Cup. This ain't just for the World Cup.
The same way that Raza encourages our own people to go get the bag is the same exact way that she should encourage her own people to also get the bag.
Hey, man, God forgive me, cuz.
Oh man, that's what she can encourage her own people to get the bag. Yeah, we have a $1.7 trillion spending power in this country. We get into the bag. We just spend frivolously. But there are many black-owned businesses. They're just not propagated in the country. I'm going to leave it there. Bobby Ye, I'm assuming he goes home for a while. That was only 15 minutes of his video anyway. I end up saying too much again anyway. I was trying to stop myself. And it goes on for 53 minutes. So y'all go over there and check it out, Imperial Vision. See what else he has to say. He goes on. I don't know what else he has to say. He probably gets deeper. Probably continues on. Let me know what you think so far about what he had to say. He said a lot. And this is how he feels. That it's been going on too long and that individuals have been on the internet and have been getting bold with the disrespect with black people in the community. I certainly concur with that. But I say it's everyone, it's all the racists that have just been getting out of control with their disrespect of black people in this country. And we're sick of it. It ain't sweet over here. It's not sweet. We're going to stop harming one another, as I've been calling for some time now, to put the weapons down. You can still even represent where you're from if that's what you need to do. But just put the weapons down. Do not harm another black man with a weapon. It's really cowardice. It doesn't make you tough. It doesn't make you look strong. You YNs running around with these big old bazookas, but they are only designed to do permanent damage to another black man. Then that is nothing to hold your nuts about. That doesn't make you tough at all, because you are just as guilty as the aforementioned. You are just as guilty as the criminal culture. You are just as guilty as the people who despise you and your people. Because what you are doing is the same thing that they are doing, which is harming another black man because he is the most vulnerable in this country. Again, it doesn't matter who it is that unalives the black man. The data dictates that whomever unalives another black man has a far greater chance of getting away with it than if you unalive any other race in the nation. The black man understands this as well, consciously or subconsciously, that if he picks up a weapon, does a drive-by in a black neighborhood, and takes the life of a black child, a black man, a black woman, he has a far greater chance of getting away with it. This is why he is not in Beverly Hills and Calabasas looking for little freckle-faced Jimmy with his bazooka. He's scared to go over there and pull his gun on little Jimmy and pull the trigger. Hell, the mere thought of that makes him shit his pants. The mere thought of getting in his car and driving to Beverly Hills with a weapon, taking out little freckle-faced Jimmy. He knows he's going to be on death row. He knows that this murder is going to be solved. He knows there's a strong chance that he will not even make it out of the neighborhood alive. He won't even make it to jail. So he shies away from that. He says, oh no, I'm not going over there and messing with Brad. I'm going to come over here and mess with Jermaine. Because they don't care about Jermaine. I can come over here and take his life and still go home to my kids. But if I come over here and mess with old freckle-faced Brad, I'm in trouble. I'm going to death row. They even think I did it. But if I go over here and mess with it, Jermaine and Keith, I'm good. So you're really a coward. You're really no different than all of these other groups that are harming black people only because they know that they can get away with it. Only because they know that these individuals are the most despised, the most vulnerable, the most hated, that no one is going to bat an eye when they lose their lives, because their lives do not matter in this nation. Hell, in this world. So you're no different. Black man, you tough guys, you tough YNs, you're really just cowards. You're no different than these other people. You're picking on us. You're picking on the community. You're picking on an easy target. You're picking on individuals you know you can pick on and get away with. You ain't going to pick on the people who hate you and are picking on you in real life. Just because you don't see it, just because they're not in your neighborhood beating you upside the head, doesn't mean that they don't hate you and that they're not making laws that affect your everyday life. But you don't have the temerity and the gall to go at these individuals. You have only the smoke for me. This is why I've said that these individuals, these young YNs, these older men as well, who teach these YNs, these older black, it is the black men's fault in the community, including me. It is our fault. It is our generation, which is why my life's work now is to undo some of the damage that I've done. Because oftentimes our influence is stronger than the individual's household influence. You have a 12-year-old, 13-year-old boy who stays in the hood, even if his father is in the home. And black fathers are in the home. We just got data on that. There are more black fathers in the home than any other race, by the way. I'm going to get into that as well. Wait till I start this other freaking channel. But if there's a father in the home, then there are 50 individuals in the street. So the father's influence may be strong inside of the home, but when the 12-year-old boy goes outside of the home to go to school, whatever, he has 50 other influences. And oftentimes that 50 can overpower the one or two influences inside of the home, even though he loves his parents. So it is the community, the 50 individuals in the community that need to tell him to go back home, to stay in school. Need to explain to him who his real enemy is and how this country works, and that you are not his enemy. And that to never harm another black man if he wants to be respected as a man in the world. Because you may be respected in your hood because you've harmed another black man, but in the world you are despised and denigrated. You are the laughing stock of the world because the world looks at the black man and says, of all the people who hate these people, of all the people who commit racist, brutal crimes, of brutal acts of violence against these people, you mean to tell me they still hate each other too? They're still committing crimes against each other? They're bashing each other's heads in on top of that? They can't even come together and unite against everyone that hates them? On top of that, they're going to hate one another as well. How can anyone respect that? That they have all of this smoke for one another. But George Zimmerman can come over there and take out another black man. And Rick Chow. And then, I spoke about this George Zimmerman and Rick Chow situation before. And someone has said in the comments, well, I agree with what you're saying, but you can't criticize people for something that you're not willing to do yourself. First of all, I am willing to do it. Believe me. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Why do I have to do it? The situation happened in Florida with George Zimmerman. I got to get on a plane and go to Florida. Out of all these dudes in Florida, all these killers, all these YNs out there, they got all kind of gangs out there. And the point is, I'm not out here unalive another black man. I'm not out here beating other black men upside the head. I'm not robbing other black men. I'm not taking another black man's life. These dudes are, is the point that I was making. So since you're so tough and y'all have all of this violent energy, y'all such killers, because in our community, y'all some cold killers. Y'all ain't doing nothing but killing black people. Y'all some cold killers in our community. I was saying for those individuals to go take care of George Zimmerman and Rick Child. And I'm still saying that. They so damn, I'm not out here walking around with guns. I'm not out here pointing guns at other black men. I'm not out here acting like I'm a big old tough killer and gangster. They are. Y'all are. So since you are walking around with these guns anyway, and you're so tough, let you tell it, then I said, you go over there and take care of it. Instead of pointing them guns at me and my people. Because as I said, man, at the end of the day, brothers, we're going to have to understand that some of these individuals, there's no hope for. Some of these young people can be saved. Some of these older people can be saved. And we need to do all that we can to save them because we helped to get them in this mess. The people in my generation, teaching them wrong. We were taught wrong and we passed it on. And it's on us to undo what we've done. You owe a debt to your community. If you in your damn 40s and 50s and you a freaking gang member, you owe a debt to your people to right the wrong that you've done. You have no recourse. You have no other options. You have to do what is right or your legacy is cooked. You've lived and died for nothing. The worst kind of death is to die for nothing. We have to understand we're going to try to bring all of our people on board. We're going to try to bring everyone together and get us all on the same page. We're going to give you a chance. We're going to let you know what it is, put it on the table. This is how we're about to obtain our freedom. We're going to give you a chance, even though we've seen you be a sellout by being a gang member and killing your own people. So really, you can't be trusted in the movement. We're going to give you a chance. But if you want to continue on with this nonsense and this gang banging and killing other black men, then you need to be considered an enemy to the people. You as a black man that is a gang member needs to be shunned and considered a threat and an enemy to black people's progress and freedom, because that is exactly what you are. And you need to be treated as such. You do not need to be embraced and loved by black people. You need to be taken out by black people. You are in the way of our freedom. We need to take y'all asses out. We're going to give you a chance. We're going to bring you all to the table and say, this is what we're doing. We are uniting and coming together. And for those who dissent, you are a threat to the movement. You're going to expose everything. And you are an enemy to black people. If you are walking around the black community looking for black men to harm, you are a threat to black people. You are an enemy to black people. You're walking around with weapons in the black community looking for other black people to shoot. You need to be considered an enemy to the community. You need to be considered a threat to the black community. That is exactly what you are, and you need to begin to be treated as such, nothing else. You see a gang member walking around with a weapon, black man, you see a threat to your life. You see a threat to your daughter. You see a threat to your mother. You see a threat to your sister. You see a threat to your brother when you see him walking up and down your community, talking about how he hates other black men and how he's looking for an enemy, black man to do something to. These individuals are out here in the black community hunting black people down, and we're doing nothing about it. But again, they won't go to the other community Talking about who they're looking for with their weapons out. They won't go over there looking for freckle-faced Brad over there. Oh no. They're going to keep their black asses right in the black community, walking around like they some freaking soldiers with their weapons out, like I've been showing in these hood vlogs, looking for another black man. White man can walk right by him. Gonna shake his hand, maybe get on his knees, bow down to him. Another black man comes by on the same street in a black neighborhood, and he's getting approached. Where you from? What you doing over here? You are an enemy to black people. Black people can't even walk down the street in their own neighborhood without being accosted and harassed by other black men. The black men who are accosting and harassing these other black men need to be considered enemies to the people. You are now considered, that's what the Black Panthers call an enemy of the people. That's when you're ousted from the party forever. There's no get back. When you are now determined an enemy of the people. We need to adopt the same mindset and the same doctrine. If you are out here running around with weapons looking for another black man to harm, you are an enemy to the people. You are a threat to me, my father, my brother, my son, my friends. You are a threat. It can be one of them that you use this weapon on for no freaking given reason. It doesn't matter. Because he's black. And he's the most vulnerable in the country, and your coward ass knows it. So you won't go pick a fight with anyone else. You're going to pick the most vulnerable, just like everyone else does. You're no different and no better than them. And you don't need to be treated like you're any different and better than them just because you have black skin. If you're an enemy to the people and you're frequenting the community looking for black men to harm, then you need to be ousted and treated like someone who does not belong in our community. You're being warned now that the nonsense needs to stop now. Put the weapons down. And if you pick them up and point them towards another black man, we all need to come together and get rid of you. You're an enemy to our people. That's it. Shout out to Bobby Ye. Bobby Ye had said before, I saw one of his videos a few days ago, he said, DP, man, he's spitting some shit. I was saying something about Shooter, I think, Baby Shooter. He said, he's spitting, man. He ought to do voiceover or something. He reading from a teleprompter, though, but he still shoot. I've never in my life read from a teleprompter, bro. I don't know. I've never even written anything down. I've never written a story down that I came on here and told. It's all right here. It's all right. I've never written anything. One time I wrote down something because I didn't want to lose my points. I was talking about internet clout chasing. I know sometimes I can go, and I didn't want to lose my points. That's the only time I've ever written down a couple of words on the paper, a couple of points. That was a few months ago. I've never written down a story, never read off a teleprompter, never read off a piece of paper ever in my life. It's all right here. But anyway, shout out to Bobby Ye. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I was trying not to go on and on this man's video. Ended up doing it anyway. And I want to keep going right now. It's so crazy. Damn. My bad, Bobby Ye. I wasn't trying to overpower your video. Nothing like that, man. Keep doing your work over there, bro. Keep doing your work over there. And he has a lot of, as we can see, he had a lot of strong stuff to say to the Hispanics, to the Surenos. Interested to know what you all feel as well about what he had to say. I'm sure some of you are going to get in the comments at any rate and say that it's not true or that you don't have this hatred or what have you. I'm also interested to know what the brothers have to say about what he said about coming together, all of these different gangs that he mentioned, but every gang, and that the brothers are looking, I don't know, scared, or LA is looking bad, or California is looking bad for this reason, or he understands why individuals are saying California is looking bad or whatever, because the Surenos or whatever are doing whatever they want to do, moving blacks out of their neighborhood, being racist in certain neighborhoods and getting away with it. Again, let me know what you all think in the comments. Stay safe and power to the people. Imperial Vision is the name of the channel. I believe Bobby Ye, PJ Watch Crip.